the long term, gaming doesn't need Web3 to be fun, but gaming can be a way to onboard users. A lot of gaming mechanics will come into DeFi and will be used for the DeFi projects to onboard more non-Web3 friendly audiences.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 60 of Colors of Web3 and Entrepreneurship. My name is Lem, your Web3 host. For those of you who are new to the show, Colors of Web3 and Entrepreneurship is a show highlighting the journeys of builders and innovators in Web3 and entrepreneurship. Some topics, especially in Web3, may get technical, but we do our best to keep it accessible for most people. Here today, I'm joined by Sergey Kuzmin. He's co-founder of Zombie Train. Sergey, could you give a quick introduction by yourself?
Hey guys, hey everyone. Lam, thank you so much for having me here. My name is Sergey. I've been an enthusiast in crypto space since 2015. Did lots of job privately, first, and then did lots of investment at the beginning. But in about 4 years time, I started building my own projects as a business developer mainly. Worked on an NFT marketplace before, cross-chain, nothing popular, but we were seeing it like something. We had an idea of something as OpenSea became now with having multiple chains. That's what we had in mind. But now I'm building a game in Telegram mini app called Zombie Train. It's actually the very first 3D game built in Unity that is available in Telegram right now.
Nice. Exciting. Yeah, of course, we will deep dive into your game later. But I think many of you will be curious to know about your professional background, leading up to this current point, what you did before this game happened. I think you said
I had before Web3, basically, I had my own 3D printing company. So in England for 4 years, we did prototyping as well as we produced some of our own products, which was in gift segment. In the UK, we sold it on our e-commerce platform as well as built on Shopify and Amazon and eBay. But then I moved into Web3, my friend and I, we did launch an NFT collection in 2021, a small chain called Theta Network, and then we started developing our own NFT marketplace. But it was one of the first startup experiences in Web3 that I had. Did lots of mistakes, learned a lot of good things as well. But while we were developing it, the whole NFT narrative sort of died out. And we had to pivot it. It's like the project is still in development. It's we're looking to where to pivot basically. And I did a business development work in a few companies, including like a P2P exchange, mining pool, CeFi and DeFi aggregator. Did some work including finding and seeking investments for a few companies like angel investments, VC investments. And now I recently invested myself and joined a team of Zombie Train, and I joined it as a business developer and as a co-founder as well now.
Nice, cool, wow. So I think you've done quite a lot. So you had like a 3D printing business. How did that even come about? I'm curious. I don't think I've heard anybody running that before.
I'm an engineer by education. So
okay.
My undergraduate is in finance, and my master's is in robotics and autonomous systems. And I chose robotics because I got really hooked by 3D printing. When I think I watched first video on 3D printing in 2010 on YouTube or something like this, and then I was just all I could think about is getting my first 3D printer, and then I got it. And it was just like some Chinese 3D printer, like $100 or $200 worth, and I had to tinker a lot with it, but it hooked me up. It got me hooked up, and I went to study robotics. But then, I graduated, and I wanted to prototype stuff. And that's how it all started. In the end, I had it for 4 years. At the end, by year 4, we had 50 3D printers in our site. We did more than 100 orders daily. Yeah, so lots of stuff, ordered tons of plastic materials and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it was cool stuff. But when pandemic happened in 2020, I realized that I don't want to be attached to something physically. to any production site. I wanted to do something from my laptop anywhere in the world, because one of my hobbies was cryptocurrency and blockchain. And I used all my skills like in business development and negotiation. And I went as a business developer into the space.
Nice. I see. So what happened to the 3D printing? Did you sell it off or?
We sold part of it. Yes. And we just closed it down. Yeah.
I see. Yeah. Wow. But I can't imagine, like 50 printer must be huge, right? Because like
it was a lot. It was a big location. It was about 300 square meters.
Wow. Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah. So it's big site in England and Brighton, UK.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like full like small industrial unit.
I see. Yeah. So were you printing for like these? I don't know. What are you printing? Like printing on demand toys or what?
Yeah, we did print on demand. We also did prototyping service. Like, so we would print prototypes for small businesses. And when I said about gift segment, so we printed light shades, personalized light shades. One of our unique products was a personalized light shade where you like a customer goes to our website, they choose a light shade that they like, they upload a picture, and then we transfer this picture onto the light shade, and we use the high difference of the dark parts and white and bright parts of the photo of the picture, and because of that the light passes through differently, and you can see the picture on the light shade when the lamp is lit on.
Really?
And it's and it was quite a unique product. It was very, very popular in the UK. 1 year we had more than like I think 12,000 orders. Like, and it was very popular around Christmas time. Like 3 months prior to coming up to Christmas, made it up as they're like the same amount made up for the rest of the year, pretty much. Just the 3 months leading up to the Christmas. And it was very, very popular product. Yeah. And people loved it. We had lots of customers coming back to us. Like we had like about 20% retention, customer retention. So people loved it.
It's awesome. Yeah. I bet, I don't think I can imagine what that product looks like yet, but was that something like pretty unique to 3D printing?
Yes. Yeah. It can be produced only by 3D printing.
Interesting. Is it because like the way the printer works, like it's like layer by layer, right? Yeah.
Yes, layer by layer, and you like that you can build out a shape. It was like a regular light shade, like a bit concave and like a cone. Yeah. So and then it was a beige color, like bone color, and when the light is on, you would see the picture. And
nice.
The quality of it was really, really cool. That's one of the things we've focused on, really, the quality of the product.
I see.
That's why we didn't grow it like hugely as well, because the quality control was essential for us.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I know there's probably a limit to like how many product you can print per printer, right? I guess because
of course, yeah, but it would take one light shade on average about 8 hours.
Oof, that's like a 1 day work.
Yeah, 1 day work, but in 24 hours, one printer could produce up to three of those.
So you can program it, and
because
then
because we had shifts as well. Like we would come in like at night, like to change the jobs and stuff. Like it was a lot about time management as well.
I see. Yeah, it sounds quite fun. I remember in the past when I did some e-commerce, like it was also very much like seasonal thing. Whenever you try to sell something,
it's very seasonal. Yes, it's very seasonal.
Like some months you have people buying like crazy for gift, right? But like some months you have like zero, and then I think it depends on the market, wherever you're selling from. But usually like Christmas season or gift giving, pretty high. What I've seen.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Could you talk a bit about I think you said like did you launch an NFT on Theta in the past? Talk a bit about that.
We did launch an NFT. I was like, it's called Theta Teeth, the collection, and I was thinking like what NFT to launch, like, and what could I do, like, and because I'm not an artist myself, but we did a collection called Theta Teeth, because I was thinking, okay, I can draw pixelated teeth. So with gems, like, and we did a collection based on teeth with gems in it, different gems, different attributes and stuff like that. And we built, it wasn't a big collection. It was 3,232 pieces, 32. Like, so we played around like 30, like that. Each human has 32 teeth and stuff like that.
I see.
Hopefully, right? And we build we sold it out, and we build a community around it eventually. Like, and the community is still, it's not too big. Like, there is about 100 people in the community, but it's still live, like, and active. So
Interesting.
it
Yeah.
turned out quite. Yeah. It wasn't something big. It was very niche as well. Like, because
Yeah.
Theta on its own is quite small blockchain with not many active users. So
Yeah.
we picked
So
it
like,
up.
why Theta? Yeah.
I was a fan of it myself, and I knew the community there.
I
Like, I
see.
was I was quite active in the community, and that's why we chose that. Wanted to do it not to like make money or anything like this. I wanted to do it just to test out the technology and how it all works. What does it take to write a smart contract, to upload your files, where to store it as well, because we uploaded. We hosted using Airweave as well. So
Okay.
it's like,
Yeah.
yes, it's stored. The files are stored on blockchain as well. So,
Yeah.
and how to be like, it was very new to me when it comes to building a community as well. Like, what they like, what they don't like how it works to build a hype around it, etc., etc. It was all very good experience for me, and I learned a lot out of it. But uh, the thing that I realized the most, that it like when people started, when if all this NFT thing came up in 2021, and lots of people dove into it, thinking, okay, it's like, I'm gonna make a quick buck, and like that's it. Lots of people didn't realize how much of a job it is and how much of a commitment it is, really. Like, because first of all, if you want to build a good community that is long lasting, you need to be sustainable on your own. You need to have time. You need to think.
Yeah.
You need to think not about making money, but actually building a community first of all, and that's gonna be your goal. And lots of people still don't realize it, I think, nowadays, when it comes to making a business in Web3, especially because Web3 is very much like one of the big, like one of the main pillars of Web3 business is a community.
Yes.
And you need to focus on building a community, supporting it, entertaining it, deliver something new to it to make it stay. I would say it's similar to a job of influencers in some degree. A business, when you build a business in Web3, you need to be an influencer in Web3 as well. Like, your business need to influence Web3 in a good way. If it does that, like that's one of the things that people, founders, need to think of, how they can influence this space. If they can think of a way, then it's gonna be successful, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's one of like the skill required in Web3, which is like community building, right? Because I think in Web2, I think very few companies actually kind of require this. If you look at it,
No,
I mean,
no.
you have
In Web2 there is a product. In Web3 there is no. But
yeah,
there are not many products in Web3 really that people would want to use on a daily basis.
yeah,
And they need to come there for community first, and then they can
yeah,
buy something or use
exactly.
something.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, community rally towards like either a token, a coin, collection, whatever it may be, right? That's the thing about Web3.
Exactly, because
Yeah,
there are so many barriers when it comes to entering Web3 space, and we are still fighting. We're still in a time where we fight for Web3 businesses compete for such a small market, and there are no newcomers to this market because there is still seed phrases, there are still difficult interfaces when it comes to dealing with Web3 products. And while there is no new life on the market, it's gonna stay the same. That's one of the problems, I think. Yeah,
I think our industry still have a lot of UX problem.
for
So
sure.
yeah,
For sure.
after getting really good at building community, and then you went on to did BD work, right? At
No, I
different company, right?
I didn't say that I got good. I'm still bad at it. No, I'm not a community builder. No.
Yeah.
But it was a great experience, and it takes a lot of effort and time to do it. But after that, we did try to do NFT marketplace, and it was my first experience of building something technical, like like an app or a platform that people are gonna use. I wasted a lot of resources on trying to find good developers, trying to learn the processes of how to develop a product.
Yeah.
I was thinking we went into it because partially because we were thinking, okay, this is like we want to ride this wave of hype, and like we want to try and raise money for it, like try to find an investment without knowing anyone in the space, without any connections with VCs or anything like that. And then we got slapped in the face where when we realized, okay, actually it doesn't work like that. Like you need connections, you need you need knowledge, like you need experience, and you need really like a lot of resources as well, like to build something like that. And by the time we realized it, I think the whole NFT narrative died out eventually. And I mean, NFT is a technology, like it's not gonna die out completely. Like it's still used as a protocol, as a tech. But the whole NFT, wow, like JPEGs as a profile picture, like this kind of stuff, it's no longer there. So, and we had to freeze the project, to pause it, and still like there is some still technical stack that has been developed. We're still looking to where to pivot and continue the development if it's possible. But after that, so I did work as a business developer and also advisor comes to fundraising for a few years, and now I'm here. Working on Zombie Train.
Yeah, cool. Nice. Yeah. So, just one fun question before we deep dive into your current company. Can you share with us what you do for fun? What are your hobbies?
I played American football for 10 years.
Really?
Yes. I
Did you live in US or in
No,
UK?
not
I
in the
don't know.
US. I played in the
Yeah.
UK.
I
I
didn't know they
started
play
in
that.
university. No, it's quite popular.
Interesting.
It's quite popular in the UK. There are adult teams in the UK, like almost in most of the cities, actually. And I wouldn't say in every city, but at least in every county. I think there is a team in England, in the UK, and also in university. Most of the universities has got its own American football team, and that's how I
Interesting.
got into it. I came to my student fair. Like I was a freshman, and there was a student fair, and the first two, like in the sports hall, the first two teams there was a rugby team, and opposite them was the American football team. And they saw me, and I'm 2 meters tall.
Yeah.
And when they saw me, like they was like, okay, let's go play for us. And the other guys, okay, no, let's go play for us. And American football guys were more persistent, more when they really pushed me into it. And I was like, okay, let's do it. And all I knew like about American football is what I saw in the movies when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I thought I'd say it's the same as rugby, but just with protection.
Yeah.
And I still, like, the first few games I played, I didn't know the rules completely. I played as a lineman, as a right tackle. But then after a few years, I switched to tight end. So I started more like running and like catching a ball and stuff like that. So I played 10 years for that. I had a few games for Russian national team as well.
Really? They also have that?
Yes.
Oh,
There
okay.
is there is international federation or international federation of American football. Yeah, and they have like competitions, world competitions and stuff like that. So I had a few games for that, and that was one of my hobbies until 2020 again, until the pandemic. And now all I do now for hobbies, I do sports. I run. I go to gym. I like traveling, but I mostly travel for work. And I play guitar. So some just some typical stuff. Nothing crazy. I want to try skiing or snowboard at some point, maybe this year. I never tried it before, but that's something I'm interested to try. we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I think if you go to, I mean, there's a lot of country with like skiing, it's no right available. So that's
Yeah.
probably easily accessible. But I think that's quite crazy that you play American football for 10 years. So was that like during the entire college and also like, I don't know, graduate school as well? It's a long
College
time.
and then like university. So I was in uni for
Uh,
5 years.
yeah.
And then 5 years later, it was just a local adult, like adult
I
amateur
see.
team where I lived in Brighton, UK. That we had a local team there, so I played for them. It's called
Nice.
Sussex Thunder.
Okay. Yeah. But that was just for fun, right? It's like an intramural thing. Yeah.
Yes. It was just we had 2 training sessions a week, and we had a 5 months long season with like 8 regular games in it and 4 playoff games potentially. So it was fun. I made friends for life there for sure.
Yeah.
Like, and it was one of the best times in my life. Like, lots of good memories, lots of fun as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I bet. Yeah, when I first came to US, like I think I was like 16 to 17. Yeah, I think my neighbor kid, right? I was living next to some American kid. My neighbor kid, he was younger than me. He was like teaching me American football. I didn't know the rules, obviously, but he was like learning how to tackle, right? And then we were just playing on the grass. You know, they have a huge lawn, right? Most
of
American
course.
homes, yeah. So he's just playing on the grass, and yeah, it was like my experience there. I watched some American football game. Eventually learned the rules, but I feel like, oh man, I don't think I want to play this. It's like too much physical, yeah, contact.
Yeah, I'm considering going. I'm considering trying flag football. Have you heard of flag football?
Oh, yeah. I heard of flag football. Yeah, it's like,
It's like where without any protection, without any contact, but you have these flags on your on your waist.
yeah,
You have 2 flags, and when it's ripped off, it's
yeah,
considered that you've been tackled,
yeah,
and you pass the ball to the other team. So I want to try that, see how it goes.
yeah. I feel like it's less invasive. I don't know because I've heard like some stories about people getting tackled, right? Even when you wear a helmet, right? I mean, it's still gonna do something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
it can be brutal sometimes.
yeah,
When 2 men, like each of them weighs like 120, kilos, and they just
yeah.
smash into each other
Full
on
force,
like
right? Yeah,
full speed. Yes, it's a big hit.
yeah. Oh man, oh that's lifetime. Awesome. Cool. Yeah. So without further ado, yeah, let's go ahead and deep dive. Talk about your current company, your
Yes, thank
project.
you.
Yeah, Zombie Chain. Yeah, feel free to
Thank
share
you
your
so much.
screen.
Yeah,
Talk about
I
it.
will do in a second,
Yeah,
but
sure.
just some
Yeah, feel free to share
introduction to
the
it. Yeah,
history and
basic.
origin as well. Yeah.
Yeah, so as you know, like last year, has been a lot about Tone and Telegram, like about
Yeah.
mini apps. I'm sure lots of audience. Your audience is mainly Web3 focused, right?
Yes. What to
Yeah,
focus.
so
Correct.
your audience, I'm sure they've heard about the Telegram mini apps, like
Yeah.
Notcoin or Hamster Combat.
Yeah.
But Hamster Combat at one point, it had crazy numbers, like 300 million users, and they made, as I've heard, they've made more than $1 million daily on ads. Yeah, it was very
That's
successful
huge.
business, not because of the token launched or because of the product. No, they had traffic and they
Yeah.
sold this traffic to advertisers, and they made, at some point they were making more than 1 million a day.
Yeah.
But the problem of such apps on Telegram is that they don't provide any utility and experience. Like, people go there for a potential to make money at token launch, right? Where they spend time in it, they contribute something, they donate sometimes to a project as well through like in-game store or other things, and some boosts and stuff like that. They hope that, like Katizen did, Katizen did a lot of another. It's another great project that I personally love very much. They did a great stuff. They did great job because they made money not on advertising as much as they did on in-game store, where they were selling like different boosts, different token. They did in-game currency that could be used for more boosts, and they made money. One of their revenue streams was based on that, and in return, they rewarded players. So they used all of that liquidity that they earned. They used it to provide liquidity for their token, and they rewarded the users quite generously, I think. because for example, I donated something like 40 or 50 bucks in the game, and I got back on the token launch. I got back about $300 or something
Wow.
like that, which
Wow.
was
Yeah.
for like good 6x,
Yeah.
and
For sure. For sure. Oh, I wanna leave a link up here. I actually had an old episode about talking with Tan Japan. He's like ambassador Aru Sasaki. Just leave a link up here for people to want to watch about
nice,
it. Yeah. Anyway, yeah,
yeah,
go on.
definitely watch. Yeah, there are lots of smart guys in Ton team. And so but the problem of such games is that there is no like what else to do there after TGE.
Yeah,
TGE happens,
that's true.
users lose the interest and they go to other apps. But
Yeah.
actually, after Hamster Combat happened, like in September, 21st of September, I think they did TGE. There was a decline, 5 or 6 times decline in user activity across all mini apps in Telegram. Everybody. So it means that Hamster Combat was the main driver for the whole industry there. So it happened, and the TG for Hamster Combat was quite bad as well. People spent 4 or 5 months in a game, and all they got was $2 or $3
Yeah.
in token launch in tokens when it launched.
Yeah.
So that's one of the problems. There is nothing to do, no purpose after TG, or at least users don't see any purpose after TG. So that caused more sophisticated apps to appear on Telegram and to emerge. And one of the apps is Zombie Train. So how it all happened is there were a friend of mine. He is a Unity developer. He's been a developer on Unity for 12 years. He's been developing a game for Android and iOS. Him and his partner. But I approached them and asked if the game can be run in Telegram. Can we import it to Telegram? And they said yes, and they've done it in 3 weeks. The optimization. One of the problems with the Unity is that, and that's one of the hints actually to your audience who may watch us. One of the problems with Unity games running on Telegram is that these such games start facing limitations that are imposed by operation system. Like for example, on iOS, when you launch a browser, and in browser window you only have access, I think, to 500 megabytes or 1 gigabyte of RAM.
I see.
When it's a browser window, and all Telegram mini apps are in fact just like a web view, like a browser window.
I see.
And you need to optimize it very heavily. So, and also another thing is that your Unity game needs to be small in size in order to load it every time when you launch the mini app. So our game on iPhones for iOS and Androids, when it was native apps, it was about 350 megabytes in size. It would take ages to load something like this in Telegram, but the developers, huge credit to them. They're two very talented guys, optimized it down to 23 megabytes, so more than 10 times. And also they made it possible to run it just like with this RAM limit that iOS and Android imposes for allocates for browsers. And yeah, I will show you now what it turned out to be. So the game is called Zombie Train. Let me share the screen.
I didn't know there's like a RAM limit on. I've used
yes,
so many
yeah,
apps.
a lot of developers actually don't know about that. But this is the game. You can see the screen now, right?
Yes, I can see the screen, yeah.
So it's called Zombie Train. It's loading now. You can see different hits here while it's loading. Tips on how to play the game.
Okay, yeah. Tutorial, yeah.
It's with Riverside, it's a little bit slow. It's taking, I think. Let me reload the page. Yeah, the Riverside is quite heavy on the system.
Is it? Okay. Oh, yeah, I see the game now. Start. What I think you refresh, is it?
Yeah. I refreshed it. Okay. Yeah, it's loading again. Yeah.
Polar opposite, made with Unity. Nice. Okay.
Yes. So it's loading again.
Invite for bigger income. Loading. Okay. Is a dog the
okay.
mascot? Okay.
Yes, it's one of the mascots. They will appear in the game later. Yeah,
Okay,
but
nice.
here is the starting screen. You have a rank here, like, and when. So I'm an existing user already. When the new
Yeah,
user comes, all they see, they will just see the big. They wouldn't see all these menus. They will just see the start button. So we don't want to disrupt them or distract them with any unnecessary information at the beginning.
I see.
So they will just see the start button, and you
Okay,
can click on the start button. And here is the main screen. You can see the railway and with some zombies on it. You go here and
nice.
you pick a vehicle, and you see there is a train here. This is one of the like trains. We can we can have different vehicles here.
Okay,
One of the starting vehicle is actually this coach,
okay.
like old style coach.
This is
That
like a
just
level 1 or level 0 or something, like
yeah.
the
This is
basic one.
level one. Yes,
Okay,
and level 9 is level 9 is this tank,
okay.
like this way, like with the weapons and
I
stuff like
see.
this. But my favorite vehicle is this Lamborghini. Like, it's not Lamborghini precisely, but it's like a supercar. So we can let me fix the car just in advance. So because was a health bar showing that we're low on health, so I can
Okay.
speed up now,
Yeah,
and the car starts shooting the zombies, and all of these are zombies. It's a nighttime now, that's why it's a little bit
I see.
dark.
Do you have to
I
actually
can
control
actually,
the vehicle, or is it like automatically shooting?
it's
Or
automatically shooting, but
okay,
also like I'm shooting with my like with tapping or
okay.
with mouse clicks.
I
All
see.
these zombies, but we are changing the gameplay now. So all January is gonna take, like, there will be lots of updates, because now, for example, it requires a lot of attention and activity as well. We want
Yeah.
to make the process a little bit semi-passive.
Mm.
Sorry, it's a little bit free. It
No,
freezes
I
a
can see.
little bit
I can see.
because
I can see
of the
that.
river, because of the
Yeah.
stream happening now. But usually
Yeah.
it runs really smoothly.
I see. I see. Yeah.
So, and it's like that. So you kill the zombies, you progress
Yeah.
along the way. Uh, there are different achievements like this here that covers distance, zombies killed, chests found, like with some rewards found in them, going through different vehicles and stuff like that. Now the vehicle has broken down, like, so I can fix it and continue going ahead. Also, I can use this is the way you sort of buy stuff. I can repair and combine, but I can use this fireworks to
I see.
just make everything a bit more bright.
Nice.
Also, there is a plow upgrade, which helps us to smash the zombies, weapons upgrades, different stuff. Like, this is the way you upgrade, basically. And you combine two level ones into level two and just drag it and set it up onto the vehicle. And armor and also speed. And some of the zombies, you see, they clinch onto the vehicle, and yes, and you need to smash it. So, and this is all the gameplay we've got for now. On the
Yeah.
phone, it's very addictive. Try it out, you will love it.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
But we
Yeah.
are adding, so there will be some. So in January, with further updates, we will introduce new quests, like along the way, that you will need to complete. And also, so there is different quests, like subscribing to the social medias, like
I
inviting
see.
friends, trying out other apps. But also there will be more quests, and you can invite friends here. And we also have, one of the main features is the leaderboard that we have. So you can select here, you can select different regions, and there are different amount of zombies in these regions.
Okay.
And you can compete with others in the amount of zombies that you've killed. And the leaderboard refreshes daily. And participating in this leaderboard also contributes to, like, we will have airdrop in the future, hopefully in summer, and all of this will contribute towards airdrop, towards the airdrop. So it's like this at the moment. You see, like, here is the kills counter,
Yeah.
and we also have a shop here that uses Telegram stars at the moment. We will also implement using Ton here and Ton Connect, and potentially other blockchains too. So yeah, it's like this. This is the zombie train. To all the audience, guys, please try it out. We're looking to get as much users as possible now. We're also looking for beta testers at the moment, and all of these are gonna, like, we're onboarding early birds at the moment. Like, so it's in beta at the moment, and full launch is gonna be at some point towards the end of January.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, here is Zombie Train.
So this game is like a infinite game that you can just keep playing, like, level after level, right? Or is
Yes,
it, like,
it
limited?
is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha,
yeah. It's a infinite game. You can play it infinitely and level up and improve the multiplier. There is at the top, there was a multiplier for which, like, basically the more you advance, the more rewards you get, and the harder the zombies become, and, like, upgrading becomes and stuff like that.
Makes sense. Yeah. So actually, one thing I'm really curious about is, like, for some of the infinite game, right? I guess you have to increase the level of difficulty, right? After some certain level. Like, is there, like, some, I don't know, some equation inside the game that you write and optimize, like maybe increase 1% difficulty each level or something?
Sure.
One of the things
that's what we're thinking. We are also thinking of implementing a PvP mode where, for example, two users can compete with each other in how many zombies they kill in, like, three minutes period, and they can bet on it as well. So these two users, they can bet 1 ton each, for example, and the winner takes all, something like that.
Interesting. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think, well, earlier you mentioned, like, the problem with some of the the Telegram games that you mentioned before, like they had no purpose after TGE. So how do you, like, address that?
So we will have a TGE, but right after TGE, because of the limitation of having a Unity game, having access only to a limited amount of RAM, so we will be building a zombie world hub, like, let's call it now, for example, like that, which will be a series of games like Zombie Train, which is like a typical casual runner, like that is infinite and continuously goes. There will also can be something like a tower defense in the zombie world, and there will be a series of games. Basically, it will become a hub where to progress in each of the games, you need to play all the games at some point, so it will be all interconnected, and it will be like a universe, essentially. And the token will be used in the game.
Okay, I see. Yeah, that makes sense. So you want to connect, like, an ecosystem of games together.
Yeah. We are basically the purpose, the end goal for us. We are not focusing on TGE at the moment. Like, it will be there, but to attract users. But the way we distribute this token and how it's going to be used, it will keep users in the game, basically.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, but I think it looks like a pretty fun game. I'm probably gonna give it a try.
Yeah, give it a try, and also
dinner.
Join our community. It will be great to have you.
Yeah, cool. Can you share with us, like, something more about, like, your current company? So I guess you have some other co-founder, but how many people are, like, currently actively building this?
It's 3 of us at the moment. Me being responsible for business stuff, and 2 others who are developers. And Andre is a game developer, and Alex is a backend developer. We also onboarded recently a tester, and we are looking for more developers at the moment as well, Unity developers.
Nice.
So the plan is to come out of a beta test later this month, fully launch it and start growing the marketing campaign.
Interesting. So like tester, correct me if I'm wrong, but like game tester, they just play the game, $5. Is
They
that right?
play the game. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like that.
Okay.
$5, send suggestions as well, like, to us how we can improve the game as well, like from the gaming point of view and how it feels, etc.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds exciting. And then I think I saw earlier you had a shop. Is that like your business model inside the game? Like you have to
It's one of
buy.
the business models, but one of the main one is gonna be the product placement, because it's a 3D world, so we can play around how we do product placement for different brands.
Interesting.
For example, let's imagine we have a Binance written across one of the vehicles, just like a branded vehicle, something like that.
I see.
That's what we want to do, and it will be fun. Like we want to do it the fun way as well, so it will look awesome, and people will enjoy this kind of product placements rather than just showing them dull advertising.
I see. Yeah. No, I think that makes sense. It's like native placement. I was like imagining that maybe some real life brand of cars.
Yes,
Like,
something like this.
Yeah,
We're
something
thinking
like that.
as
Yeah.
of course, yeah. If we will not be using obviously IP that doesn't belong to us. But if we get
Yeah.
if we get the rights and if we get the license, why not?
Yeah.
We want to do it eventually, and we will have billboards as well. We have a model for that already. Like we have billboards with some jokes, memes, and advertising on it
I
as
see.
well. That's what we want to do.
So whatever, like people run, well, I guess like you just keep going on the train, on the railroad track, right? And then you would see the
Yeah.
billboard right on the side. Okay.
Yeah.
Makes
But
sense.
there will be quests related to billboards as well, so people keep attention to them.
Okay. Makes sense. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we all know that like attention is probably super valuable for a game user. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
I'm actually quite curious about a lot of the Telegram mini app games. I've seen like some people or groups of people who know how to farm the system. You know what I mean? Like, as in, like you just spin
Yeah.
up so many different accounts and then like put it on automation. It's really amazing if you'll see their farm, right? How they put their farm and 20 different phones, and it's all run on like clockwork. So I'm wondering, like, is there? But I mean, for your game, I don't think that's feasible, right? Because it still requires like human
It
clicking.
requires human clicking. It's possible, but that's why we want to keep it. We want to have it like a combined system, like those semi-passive, so that
Yeah,
you can do farming for part of the time, but then every few hours you will need to still come into the game and do something manually in order to get more points.
I see.
So it will help us eliminate those who are purely bots, right? Get rid of those and keep the ones who want to play passively, but they can still get in and do the tasks and earn points for future ad.
Yeah, makes sense. And I think we both know that like in this day and age, we probably have more like AI agents and then bots, right? So how do we identify them, trying to get rid of them? Yeah.
To be honest, it will be very interesting to um, talk to you again in 1 year time and address this and see how the world changes, because I'm sure the end of this year is going to be much more different, and we're going to live in a different world already. Like, because when ChatGPT only like launched, nobody could imagine that the progress will be this fast,
Yeah.
this quick, and it's only speeding up.
Yeah, I think we live in like an age of acceleration. It's like super acceleration, and I don't think there's like any more braking pedal is not working at the moment. So we just keep like speeding up. But I think that I feel like there's also people trying to build like explainable AI, which is like a very small section of AI. But there's like I don't think it's talked about as much as like the large language model or ChatGPT much.
No.
Yeah, and I feel like now as there's be more bots and agents, and there will come a point where a lot of these like proof for humanity will be more important.
Yeah.
As in like you have to verify you're human before you can play things like that. Yeah.
For some services, yes, but I think like with let's talk about financial market trading, for example. 95% of the volumes are generated by bots there, if not more.
Yeah.
both for fund market indices as well as like crypto market, or in traditional financial market as well as in crypto.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna be the same with other markets now with the introduction of AI agents. The whole economy is gonna be generated by robots and AI, I think, in the future.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
So yeah,
I mean, we have like robo taxi. I mean, I guess you can kind of imagine there'll be future things that will be done by robot. I guess also like restaurant where robots will serve food for us, right? Yeah, it's totally
yes, I think
possible.
like one of the things I can think of, like procurement is going to be done by bots for you. I think where markets will, like, all this product exchange is going to become more physical. Product exchange is going to become more efficient as well because it will be AI agents communicating with each other instead of human beings. Like quality control as well. Like I just can't wrap my mind around what it's gonna look like because it's gonna be much, much more efficient and perfect than humans can think of at the moment. I mean, from the processes point of view, of course, it's gonna be very at some point anti-utopian because for some people, and especially with people who work in those fields, because they're potentially going to lose their jobs, but in a lot of more jobs will open up for such people as well, like lots of more opportunities, and people will be, I'm not like an expert to talk about it, but that's just my way of thinking. People will have more time to enjoy themselves, hopefully, other than just work, 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 and work,
Yeah, it's true.
if you know what I mean, because lots of goods will be generated by robots and AIs, and people, hopefully, if it's all distributed to general public as well, like people will have a chance to enjoy it.
Yeah, it's true. I think I can kind of imagine like a world where humans own robots, and then these robots in turn go to earn money for you, right? So
Exactly.
in turn, yeah, exactly. So I think I can totally see that as well. Like I said, robots are either driving for you. Someone have to own that robo taxi, right? I mean, at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Right. So yeah, it's generating income for someone. Cool. Interesting. So I'm kind of curious about like the future in terms of like Web3 gaming and also video game. How do you see like Web3 gaming kind of evolve and then in the next few years?
I've never been a fan of Web3 gaming, I mean, in
Right.
the long term, because uh, gaming doesn't need Web3 to be fun. Web3 needs gaming to, like, gaming can be a way to onboard users, so to speak. So it can be an uh, onboarding thing.
Okay.
So I think a lot of projects will use gaming mechanics to onboard users and to learn about their protocols, like DeFi. I think DeFi, a lot of gaming mechanics will come into DeFi and will be used for the DeFi projects to onboard more non-Web3 friendly audiences. But uh, yeah, like gaming is gaming, and it's gonna be like maybe some in-game economies will be based on blockchain potentially, or something like that. But again, I struggle now a little bit to give a prediction on how it's going to evolve, to be honest. But I see a
Right.
lot of potential in, like, when it comes to onboarding, and
I
that's
see.
where I think it's going to be used heavily. But where Web3 gaming, where, like, for example, Axie Infinity, it popped up because it was one of the first, but I don't think, is it still active? Is it still very active?
I
You
think
know?
they kind of pivoted. I don't know about the game to be honest,
Yeah.
but I mean, I know about the game, but I don't know. I feel like they pivoted to something else already. There's so many like different things that happen. Yeah.
So you see, like, lots of projects have to pivot because the narrative dies out, like, because they don't have anything else to offer, like in the within the narrative that they started in.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing about Web3 market at the moment, because Web3 market is trying to invent or discover something that has been discovered or invented a long time ago in Web3 under different like sort of under a different angle or something like that. I think, yeah, we just need to take on the best Web2 approaches and apply it to Web3 products and think about not not to think about users or token as a product of a project, but actually to think about how your project can change lives and or change users experience in the long term, and if you can keep doing it in the long term. That's in general about Web3, because lots of whole NFT industry, it was it appeared in seconds and it lasted for a few months. Can you imagine NFT marketplaces? It's a huge industry, but it's such a short-lived one. That's it, and that's the case about many stuff in Web3. And one of the things Web3 is good about, and it can bring lots of value to the users, is DeFi, because it just offers alternative ways of saving wealth and making and generate more income as well. That's one of the things I think why Web3 is there and got its true purpose.
Yeah, cool, makes sense. Yeah, so I mean, since your game is building on the as a Telegram mini app, does that mean that you're also making a bet on the Telegram ecosystem? They will keep growing.
With Telegram at the moment, the reasons why we went there, it's because the user acquisition cost there is the lowest at the moment. For example, for Android and iOS, it's much higher. It's much more expensive to acquire users there. And in Telegram, it's much cheaper. And at the moment, we see it as one of the ways to acquire users. We see how it goes. Because if you see it up, you can find the game on iOS in Apple Store and Google Play. It's available there as well.
Really? But your same game?
Yeah. But it's
Okay.
we don't work on updates for it yet, and we don't promote it yet. But we will see how it evolves. Maybe we will acquire part of the traffic there, and we will also be driving them to the iOS and Android.
Interesting. Oh, yeah. I think that's something new. I didn't know that. Yeah, it's just cheaper to acquire user on Telegram. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, cool. Just two more questions to close out the show.
Sure.
Do you have any advice for people who want to build their own, I don't know, Web3 game or maybe Web3 communities in general? Yeah.
To be honest, one of the advice, I wouldn't say it's relevant to only one thing or one field or another, but in general, if you have a chance, if you have a PC, try to learn as much as you can about AI, about using AI tools at the moment, because it doesn't matter what you do. It's the biggest source of the most efficient and way of learning stuff through
I see.
trial and error there with the help, with the guidance of ChatGPT. If you want to learn something, you can go to ChatGPT or Claude and talk to them and ask them and basically ask them to prepare a learning guide for you through questions, through asking questions and talking. And you can bounce any idea at it and get the feedback. You can brainstorm. This is what lots of people still overlook and underestimate. But I can see, you've mentioned AI agents, I can see already businesses that generate lots of money. I can see I know one man who already makes hundreds of thousands of dollars monthly just by working with 20 or 30 different AI agents that he developed. He has got an army. He works in sales, and he's got an army of salesmen, of account managers, and they all just AI bots.
Nice.
And you can you don't need programming skills to do it. You can work with AI on how to develop it. That's the beauty of it. You don't need anyone else. It just takes a lot of effort and commitment and determination as well. So this is one of the advice. Look into AI and how you can use it and how you can use it for your needs. It sounds like it's something difficult, but all it takes is to just type the first prompt in ChatGPT, in the prompt window in ChatGPT, and you will start understanding it. Be curious about how it works. That's the main hint. But when it comes to other stuff, I personally I cannot plan things further than 3 months ahead at the moment because of how geopolitical environment is at the moment, how fast markets are moving. But AI agents is going to be the next industrial revolution for sure. Yeah, that is my 2 cents.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, for sure. I think that Yeah, I feel like AI tools, right? Especially a lot of them are just like, especially the AI chatbots, are just free to use. So, I mean, if you don't use it, I guess like you'll be at a handicap versus people who are using it, right? So there's no reason why you should not be using it yet.
And also one other hint maybe is that still 95%, I think, of the population don't use AIs, 95%.
Yeah.
And there are lots of tools already, like lovable.dev, one of the tools. It's used for making great web apps already, like both front end and back end, just with prompting. There are lots of videos what people built using that tool, and you can spend like 2 to 3 days on building an app, and you can then sell it later for $3,000, for example, or something like this.
Yeah.
And so this is one of the examples. Just be curious and learn about it, and do some research. Like spend a couple of hours on trying to find new tools, test them out, think about what kind of products, what value you can generate using those tools. And there is no reason why you can't make money in this world nowadays. Yeah. Curiosity and determination are I think they're gonna become the most valuable skills.
Yeah, for sure. That humans have, right? And that the
Yes.
chatbot will probably not have that yet.
Yeah.
Cool. And final question. Where can people follow you and in your game? Where do you?
I have Telegram that you can share. You have my Telegram, Lam. You can share it as a link in the description. I'm open to anyone. Like if you guys have any questions, please send me a message. If you want to talk about AI, if you want to talk about project development, if you want to talk about raising funds, please feel free to reach out to me. Also, I will send to Lam the links for
the link for the game,
Zombie
right?
Train game. Yes. But if you're in Telegram, you can just type at Zombie Train bot without any other symbols, just in plain text, Zombie Train bot. That is also good. And I'm on Twitter as well as ShiftyBean83. So you can follow me there. But Telegram is the main channel for communication with me. If you have anything to ask, I'm always open. Just feel free to message me.
Awesome. Yeah, awesome. I'll make sure to put all the links down there in the show notes and show description so that people can follow and then people can play the game they would like to.
Awesome.
Yeah, awesome. Sergey, thank you so much for joining the show today. And for all the viewer audience, please remember that crypto and Web3 is risky. There's come with a lot of risk. You could lose all your investment you put in. None of this has been financial advice. So
exactly.
please, it's just educational and fun purpose and talking.
Yes. And let's be in touch, Lam. Thank you so much for having me here. I had a great time. We should do it again at some point.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for joining.
Thank you so much.
And we're back to my studio. What do you guys think about this episode with Sergey Kuzmin, co-founder of Zombie Train? I think it's a pretty exciting game with interesting game mechanics. It'll be quite interesting to see how Sergey and his team can create a universe of zombie-themed games in the future. Please leave a comment below to tell us what have you learned after watching this episode. For the next episode, we'll be talking to Jean Harel, co-founder and CEO at CrunchDAO. Crunch has created the #1 and fastest growing DP network of 1,000 machine learning engineers, 1,200 PhDs, spanning across more than 100 countries. They consider themselves to be the on-chain version of Palantir. Palantir is a Web2 unicorn. It's a very interesting episode about the section of AI blockchain that you don't want to miss. If you enjoy this episode, please give a like and subscribe. It means a lot to me. Thank you for watching and see you next time.